This is one unlucky kid. Everyone else's life runs from start to finish, but his runs from finish to start. He was born looking like an old man. His mother died giving birth to him, and his father saw him as a monster. One look was all it took. He carried him off and left him on the steps of a nursing home, abandoning him to his fate. A caregiver found him and took him to a doctor. The doctor said he was nothing like a baby, like an 80-year-old with one foot in the grave. Severe cataracts, arthritis, stiffened limbs. His body was failing fast. The advice? Just let him go. But Queenie, the caregiver, had always wanted a child. She was sure this old baby was a miracle from heaven, and she named him Benjamin. Luckily, the doctor's prediction never came true. Benjamin grew up, and some of his ailments slowly improved. Didn't change his life much, like all the other old folks, caring only about the weather and bathwater. Until one day, a fast-talking little person moved into the home. Mr. Odie was an absolute wild card. He didn't treat Benjamin like a child, and he didn't treat him like an old man either. Behind Queenie's back, he snuck Benjamin out for a soda. It was Benjamin's first time leaving the nursing home, his first time riding a bus. Along the way, Odie spun all kinds of wild stories, drawing curious stares from the kids on the bus and leaving Benjamin absolutely spellbound.
Oh, Lord, I was so worried about you.
And yet, it was the happiest day of his life. Later, his mama got pregnant. Everyone was thrilled for her, but Benjamin felt a little down. He had his own quiet worries. On Thanksgiving Day, 1930, a bright, cheerful little girl came to visit her grandma. She didn't mind that Benjamin looked like a little old man. She was happy to play with him. She would become the person who changed his life. Her name was Daisy. Benjamin and Daisy crawled under a table and played a game of secrets. Benjamin sheepishly confessed, "I'm not as old as I look," and Daisy believed every word.
You don't seem like an old person.
She was fascinated by Benjamin. She thought he was different from everyone else. She reached out her little hand to touch his face, and that's when Grandma showed up. She scolded Daisy and sent her off to bed, warning her never to play with Benjamin again. And on her way out, she shot Benjamin a vicious glare.
And you ought to be ashamed of yourself.
In that moment, Benjamin felt like an outcast all over again. He was only 12. He didn't deserve any of this. His mama came to comfort him. Folks just don't understand what makes you different. But he still couldn't get Daisy's blue eyes out of his head. Then the baby was born, and Benjamin was no longer his mama's one and only. What hurt even more was that Mr. Oti, the one who understood him best, was leaving too. He promised to send Benjamin postcards. Benjamin watched from the window for a long time. It was his first taste of saying goodbye to a friend. But life, even as it hands you sorrow, can also hand you surprises. He suddenly noticed his body was changing dramatically. One day, the old man in the next bed took him to see the ocean. A captain happened to be short a deckhand and asked if anyone wanted to earn some extra cash. Benjamin jumped right up and volunteered. And just like that, by pure chance, he became a sailor. He took on nearly all the grunt work. Maybe this was what living was really supposed to feel like. The captain asked him, "When's the last time you were with a woman?" He answered, "Never." The captain couldn't believe his ears. He decided to take Benjamin out to a bar. The captain had dreamed of being an artist since childhood, but his father forced him onto boats at age 7. And just as the mood peaked, Daisy suggested they spend the night together. But Benjamin said no, he wasn't ready yet, and so Daisy left, disappointed. One night, an unexpected visitor showed up at the door.
Benjamin.
Benjamin felt for the man, and without much thought, followed him to the button factory. But what came next caught Benjamin completely off guard.
You're my son. Your mother died, giving birth to you. I thought you were a monster. I should never have abandoned you.
Benjamin had never wondered where he came from, but learning it so suddenly was hard to take. His father told him about his birth mother and said he wanted to leave him everything. But Benjamin walked away without looking back. When his mama found out, she cursed Mr. Button's cruelty from years ago, but Benjamin didn't want to hear it. Back in his room, the old man next door told his lightning story once again. He told Benjamin, life is unpredictable. Just being alive is enough. Benjamin came around. He took his father to watch the sunrise by the water. After his father passed, Benjamin gave him a proper funeral and buried him next to his mother. Afterwards, Benjamin went to New York to see Daisy perform. On stage, Daisy was confident and captivating. Benjamin wanted to give her a big surprise. When Daisy saw him, there was delight in her eyes, but also annoyance at him showing up unannounced. They went to a party together. Daisy seemed to have a boyfriend already. The two were very close. She flitted through the crowd like a social butterfly, leaving Benjamin feeling completely out of place. He decided to slip away quietly.
Hey, going downtown?
With that, Daisy got into her dance partner's car. Maybe they'd never been on the same path after all. Later, Daisy became the only American invited to perform ballet in Russia. Her dancing career was full of glory, but she never forgot Benjamin.
Good night, Benjamin.
And Benjamin never forgot her either. Benjamin inherited his father's fortune and grew younger still. Then one day, a letter arrived. Daisy had been in a car accident. Benjamin flew to Paris immediately and found her hospital. But Daisy's leg had been crushed, ending her dancing career. The blow was devastating. She couldn't bear for Benjamin to see her like this.
Stay out of my life.
Benjamin didn't leave Paris. He watched over her from a distance until he knew she'd be okay. Afterwards, Benjamin learned to let go. He sailed the boat his father left him, breathing in the air of freedom. Now and then, he'd spend the night with someone. Maybe that way he could forget Daisy. Maybe the timing was finally just right. Benjamin not too old, Daisy not too young. Nothing stood between them anymore. They didn't ask about each other's pasts. Didn't
You still love me when I have acne? When I wet the bed? When I'm afraid of what's under the stairs?
They wished this moment could last forever. But sadly, nothing lasts forever. When they returned to the nursing home, his mama had passed away. Benjamin attended the funeral. He'd forever cherish the mother who raised him. Afterwards, Benjamin sold his father's mansion and bought a small duplex apartment. It became their own little world of freedom. They didn't bother with furniture. They'd picnic right there in the living room. All the everyday rules, they ignored every single one. He worried the child would turn out like him. One night, a news report came on TV. At 68, Elizabeth had successfully swum the English Channel, fulfilling her life's greatest dream. Benjamin was genuinely happy for her. The following spring, the baby was born. Thankfully, she was healthy. As the child grew, so did the weight on Benjamin's shoulders. He believed his daughter deserved a father who could actually be one. He himself would one day become a child. What his daughter needed wasn't a playmate, it was a father's love. Benjamin sold the villa, the factory, and the sailboat so mother and daughter could live comfortably. On the night of his daughter's first birthday, Benjamin left. This is what he told her. Traveled the world, living out his dream of freedom. Odd jobs, sleeping rough, brushing his teeth under crumbling eaves, taking in beautiful sights all the while. He experienced things he'd never experienced, felt emotions he'd never felt, met people he'd never have met. Maybe that's its own kind of accomplishment in life. If you find that's not the case, I hope you have the courage to start all over again. Many more years passed. Daisy got a call from the police. They'd found an unclaimed boy. His diary was filled with Daisy's name. When she saw Benjamin again, he was a teenager covered in acne, and his mind was failing. His memories were gone.
It's nice to meet you, Benjamin.
Do I know you?
He was placed in the nursing home, but he kept getting younger, and his temper kept getting worse. The staff couldn't handle him at all, so Daisy came often to look after him. He said he felt like he'd lived a very long time, but couldn't remember any of it. Sometimes he'd climb up onto the roof and say strange things.
What if I can fly?
I knew a man who could fly. Come down and I'll tell you all about him.
The year Benjamin became a 5-year-old, Daisy moved into the nursing home to care for him full-time, telling him stories every day, tucking him in every night, until he could no longer speak, until he could no longer walk, until he became a tiny baby. In his final moment, Benjamin finally recognized Daisy. Then he closed his eyes, as if drifting off to sleep. Benjamin's backwards life destined him for hardship and loneliness. The people around him could only drift further away, and he had to bear all that pain alone. Everyone has their own road to walk in life. Some live at ease, some struggle, some have music, some have art. But if you live it with heart, every life can shine. By leaving, Benjamin gave his daughter a full childhood, but how he must have missed her. When Daisy was old and dying, her daughter finally discovered, in her father's diary, all the postcards he had written her over the years.
I wish I could have told you not to chase some boy. I wish I could have held you when you had a broken heart. I wish I could have been your father. Nothing I ever did will replace that.
Life is ever-changing, but not without things that last. Like a father's love, like true love itself.